Hello guys, KTaNE here, and welcome to Labyrinth Madness. So, this is what the module will look like. I've loaded up this minis just so I get every case for this one. But let's get started with, let's go with this one first, because it's the first one listed here. So, we shall be in a maze, which looks like this. This is what the maze will always look like. And our basic goal is just to get into the middle. It includes an emotion screen and one of 3 eldritch sludges. The blue one is Blexar the Observant. Blexar the Observant is covered tip to tail in eyeballs. They can see infinitely far. This means if you get caught in his gaze, you will be killed in this one. When moving through the maze, never coming within direct eye line of any of Blexar's segments. You cannot see through walls and cannot see around corners. These areas can be highlighted in red, as you can see here. However, just to note, it is impossible to strike on this module, and you can easily find your way to the centre without calculating anything. However, if you're wondering, the emotion screen just tells you how you will prioritise movement. The eyes will tell you how far you will want to move. So, you'll decide whether or not they move 1, 2 or 3 spaces. And then the mouth will show you whether or not they are going to prioritise moving in a certain direction. If they cannot move in that direction, either because there is a wall there, or their own body is there, then they will look counterclockwise until they find a direction they can move in. So in this case, this one is going to move west no matter what. Because in this case, it's going to prioritise moving north. It can't move north because it just came from north. So it goes counterclockwise, we will get west. But even if it's starting on south, it will go counterclockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. The green square is going to be us. So let's start with this first one, which I've mentioned already, is Blexar the Observant. So, Blexar the Observant can actually give you hints of the orientation of this maze, because the maze isn't going to be in the same orientation as it is in the manual here. It can be rotated 90 degrees. It won't be reflected though, I don't think. So if we know it's going to move this way, let's move to the east and see what happens. Aha, this gives us a hint. Since now you can see down here, but also see down here now, means that there must be a gap here that you can see down. Unfortunately, this doesn't actually give us a clue here yet, because there are actually 2 different places it could have happened. However, we do now know that it's unlikely that we can move down here. So let's try moving east again to see if that will work. And understandably, it's moved into here, now it can see both directions here. But we now know it can see out of this side, which I think only gives it to only being here, because it wouldn't be able to see out there up here at this point. You see, if it's here, you can see outside to the edge of the maze, but here it can only see up to the wall up here. I really hope you can actually see my cursor, so I'm waving my cursor around here. So, for this, we now know that the orientation is actually just what we can see here, so we can move down here. And since we now know roughly where it is, we can be careful with not interrupting its gaze. So it still needs to move quite a ways to get up to here. So we could probably move right and down again here. It is now here. Now here on the module. So we could use this wall for protection by moving left and down. And thankfully for us, it's now ventured back outside of the part of the maze, so we should be fine to just go in as we please now. And we get ourselves a module. So that's how Blackshot works. It's, I think, probably the most intense one out of the three. So let's move on to the second one, the Red Eldritch Sludge, which is here, which is Vivaviux Furious. Vivaviux Furious moves quickly, so we need to move pretty swiftly. Hence why I think Vivaviux will always have the angry eyes, which will be moving 3 spaces. So, this one, we don't need to calculate anything, but you can if you want at least some idea of what to do. But let's try and figure out what orientation maze is. So let's move left and up. We can't move up, so it means we can't be here or here right now. We were here or here. Let's move right and up again. Okay, so we couldn't move up again. We know that we must have started up here. We're now here. As you can see, Vivaviux is really close now. So, right and up. And this is where it gets scary. It's going to prioritize moving west again. So let's try and dart into across here. And as you see, it's moved all the way west. Basically didn't see us go in there. So let's try and make a bit of a break for it now. So move out here probably would take too long, so let's go back down again. Move 1, 2, 3. And move up into here. And then we could just... I think we're safe now. Yeah. But the Vivaviux is also quite scary because it's moving quite fast around the place. So now let's go on to the final one, which I think is meant to be the easiest one. Oshvadak the Untouchable, which is it. Oshvadak is just normal bloodthirsty sludge and doesn't move very fast, basically. So this one is probably the easiest one to just stumble your way to the end. Actually, we have the same thing on both of these. Doesn't go into the mazes look the same though. So let's first try and go up and right. We can't do that. Up and right again. So now, since we could go up twice and then right, it's been rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise here. So using that, we can just go up, right, up, right, down, down, right, up, and there's another one, up, right, up, right. Oh, so it is actually just the same. Up, right, up, right, up, right, down, down, left, up, right, up. So let's just do the last one here as well then. There we go. So this is quite a nice simple module, as you can see with that last one, you can just sort of stumble your way around until you get there. But hopefully you now understand how Labyrinth Madness works now. I didn't really go into more about this because you don't really need it, but you can use it if you want to. So hopefully you understand how Labyrinth Madness works now, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. I'll see you later.